Hello, my spooky pookies. It's Bayfangs here, and today we're back with another episode of Vampire Therapist. Let's jump back into where we left off. Here we go. Samuel, good evening. I'm glad to see you looking so fresh and well slept. I wish I could say the same.
Uh-oh, something tells me I'm in for it tonight.
Uh-oh.
The truth is seldom unseen by you, my friend. Tonight, you face perhaps one of the most difficult challenges a therapist can face. The fact that you may not be able to help everyone.
Uh-oh, don't like that.
In truth, I have failed to help clients with this particular disposition many times.
Hey, I'm new at this. You're nigh on 3,000 years old. If you can't help them, how can I?
I don't know if they should be giving us a super difficult job right off the bat.
It is not guaranteed that we can help every client. To think we are powerless to help any is a cognitive distortion itself. I believe you know it.
Ooh. Control fallacy?
Yeah, all right.
Nice.
Control fallacy, I know. I can help some folk.
That's right. Here, take a look at this case file.
Theater feller, huh? I've known a few of them in my time. They can be a little, self-absorbed.
Alright, so our next client is going to be Edmund Keene. He is 237 years old. His gender is male. His origin is British. The intake information we've been given is Edmund Keene was a highly influential Shakespearean stage actor during the Georgian period. He's credited with more personal interpretations of character as opposed to pantomime performances. He lived a tumultuous life on stage, dealing with alcoholism, sex scandals, and entitled behavior. He wishes to return to the stage, but expresses great anger at critics who might review him poorly. He demands respect as the greatest actor the world has ever seen. So, narcissist, yes. Hi, Davey, welcome. Also, hi, Waylon, welcome. Alright, so yeah, it looks like we are gonna deal with a narcissist next. Oh boy.
He's looking for therapy because people don't like him, it says?
Oh no.
He is one of the most revered actors in all of history.
So he might have a few cognitive distortions.
Maybe just a little bit. Drain him. Just drink him.
Recognize them, Samuel, but all you can do is present reality to him. He comes. Remember, I will give you whatever advice I can. Good luck, my friend.
Oh, boy.
I'm up to this.
I hope we're up to this too, Sam. I'm mowing my lawn while listening. That is some true multitasking.
I see before me.
Alright, here's Edmund, our actor.
I'm Sam Walls. I'm your new therapist.
Your dress, your bearing, your hat. You also are forgotten by time.
I think maybe Sam is just bad at keeping up with trends. I don't know if I would call him lost to time.
Oh, how fortuitous. A kindred spirit, perhaps. A therapist should know pain, I say. Most excellent.
Tarnation. Can't get a break with this here hat of mine.
No, it's perfect. Do not change a single thing. It gives me faith.
Alright, we're off to a good start.
Faith, my dear vampire, that you can help me.
I don't know if we can help him.
I'm gonna do everything I can. I promise you that, amigo.
Do not do so lightly. Darkness dwells within my damned soul. You journey into my pain at your peril, and I cannot be your Virgil.
Oh boy, this is gonna be great. Narcissists, what are those? I've never experienced any of those before. Same. No idea.
You're who now? Anyway, you wrote in your intake form that you're here because...
I love the blatantly incorrect ones. Like, he's here because he's confused about his sexuality, because his dressing room is too small. Those are so funny. I'm not gonna pick those, though. Mortals don't appreciate him.
Well, mortals don't appreciate you, you said.
Indeed, and I fear they cannot. They must die to appreciate life. As mortals, they cannot ask the immortal questions.
Okay.
What is life for us who do not live? Why are we here? Why do we continue? What do we do when death has no meaning?
Oh no, he's an interview with the vampire. Type vampire.
And what a piece of work is vampire. How noble in stature, how infinite in life.
How is he about to be both Louis and Lestat at the same time? indulge his whatever's going on here.
In form and moving, how express and admirable. In action, how like a demon. In apprehension, how like a bat. Ah, the beauty of the night!
But we're just gonna let him keep going.
And yet, to me, we are but the quintessence of dust.
Andy said that we need to give him like a reality check, so I probably should cut him off, but he's so funny. Alright, we're gonna cut him off.
All right, that's enough of that. Before we answer the question of why we're all here, why are you here?
That's good, Sam, that's good.
Well, that is, what exactly drove you to me, partner?
Oh, that. Well, a pustule of a theatre historian I recently seduced and killed sprang the seeds of doubt in mine corpus. He was writing a biography of the great Edmund Kean, and I thought mayhap that I would favor him with a secret or two. He said my acting style would now be considered archaic.
Oh, why would he say that to you?
Though I drank him to the last, I fear his crooned barb was sharper than my fangs. This embossed carbuncle of corrupted blood caused me to doubt myself.
How dare he?
Are all men such fools? Will I ever find my audience again? Or did they die long, long ago? Help me purge these mortal concerns from my mind, dear man.
Oh, he's funny.
We're always gonna have doubts, compadre. That's normal. But I think I can help you see things a little differently. So, he said your acting's out of date. Why don't you just tell me why it bothered you so much?
Because it's simply not possible. Acting became a noble craft entirely because of me. In truth, I am perfect.
Oh, man. Okay, well, he's definitely not disqualifying the positive here. Because it's simply not possible. Acting became a noble craft entirely because of me. In truth, I am perfect. Is he labeling himself perfect? No.
Edmund states that he is perfect. Even in the most generous evaluation of his skill, is such a thing possible?
Because it's simply not possible. Acting became a noble craft entirely because of me.
He just needs to find a midnight run fair, right? He'd be perfect for it.
Hold on a sec there, partner. Acting became a noble craft because of you?
Alright, it was control fallacy.
That's a lot of control over a whole skill.
Yes, impressive, isn't it? So long as men can breathe or eyes can see, so lives mine art, and this gives life to thee.
Oh, he's very full of himself.
Now, those are some pretty words. You make that up yourself?
It is the bard himself, boor.
Well, maybe he had something to do with the development of your craft then. It ain't been just you.
Oh, don't tell him that.
Well, naturally. But Shakespeare's works are simply words upon a page without me.
Compadre, I think you know he gave you a leg up in your career. You can share in the success a little.
Oh, there are celebrated actors in these times, yes. But any success they have is due to my beating the path for them to follow.
Not
This
control
is his
fallacy
special
this time.
talent. Remember that his distortions can be about others, not just himself.
Oh, there are celebrated actors in these times.
He is gonna be
yes.
rough.
But any success they have is due to my beating the path for them to follow.
So other people's success is due to him beating the path for them to follow. Well, it's not a should statement, it's not labeling. You know, it's disqualifying the positive?
Oh, wait
Yeah.
a minute. You're saying that every actor's success comes straight from you?
Of course. Even the greatest among my art would have been consigned to obscurity had it not been for my advancements.
Jeez.
Every single one of them ain't had nothing of their own to give to the theater?
Well, I suppose one or two actors in the last 300 years have impressed me.
Well, don't you think they deserve their own success?
I suppose mortals are owed their 15 minutes of fame. One must have some pity for them. We are not monsters. But the actors of modern times, they are shallow, beggarly parrots. Parrots who screech the lines, but do they know them? Do they feel as we feel?
That seems like labeling.
So you're saying modern actors are parrots?
Indeed, they are only mimics, and thus no better than a well-trained bird.
You don't think they're actually birds, do you?
Sam.
My dear boy, they live such short lives. What else can they do but ape the words and actions of their forebears?
But when you call them birds, you're just labeling them that. You ain't giving them a fair shot.
Oh, come now. I was clearly employing a little dramatic license.
But we're here to talk about truth, all right, compadre?
It is my gentle direction that takes the craft to higher echelons, and mine alone. Acting does not evolve without me.
I keep thinking this guy's using control fallacy. Let's see. Because he's a narcissist. It is my gentle direction that takes the craft to higher echelons, and mine alone. Acting does not evolve without me.
You're saying
Yep,
only
it was
you
another
can
control
change the course of
fallacy.
acting?
Only you can change the course of acting.
It is demonstrably true. There is acting before Edmund Kean, and there is acting after Edmund Kean.
But there's so many types of acting out there. I mean, I remember when vaudeville came out, but I don't think you had anything to do with that.
Vaudeville? Oh, like so many American arts, an art of the grotesque. You plunge a dagger into the heart of subtlety.
Oh, he took that personally.
So you didn't have nothing to do with vaudeville?
Oh, devils below, no.
Well, then you got a little control fallacy, hombre. Mortals got wills of their own.
Indeed. I suppose I don't want any responsibility for the things the Americans create anyway.
Yeah, that's understandable.
These critics should honor me, as is my due.
Oh, that's a should statement.
You're saying critics should honor you. Well, what happens if they don't?
Oh, he's obviously going to eat them like he did with his interviewer.
And they are not doing their jobs properly. I do not ask for their laudations without cause. But if a so-called critic does not recognize my contributions to the theater, what do they know of the theater?
Oh ho ho.
Maybe they just got different tastes.
Uneducated taste, perhaps.
Damn.
If they are just uneducated, why should they appreciate you?
An interesting point. I suppose I cannot blame them. Thou fiend! You are cruel indeed to beat a man when he is at his most vulnerable.
What a drama queen.
I am here so you may help me cope with a world that has gone mad. Not so you might attack my every word.
I'm doing no such thing. All I'm doing is pointing out your reality. If we're gonna cope, we gotta be honest about the world.
And I say that you are a villain. I come to you in desperate need, and you respond by mocking my desperation.
I'm not saying anything. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not saying anything.
Why would you do this to me? Do you not know what pain I am experiencing? Do you not know that I, as an actor, feel every sling and arrow more keenly?
Of course you do.
Art thou a therapist or a murderer that you would push me so to the brink? Do you want me to commit suicide?
Oh no.
I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to hurt you. I want to help everyone
No, Sam.
close to me.
He's manipulating you, Sam. Sam, stop. It's fine.
Samuel, a moment, please.
Thank you, Andromachos.
Andy, I got a real problem here. I think I'm not cut out for this work. This fella's right. Why am I attacking him when I should be helping?
Sam, no. He's manipulating you.
First of all, should statement. You will do what you will do, and that is all, Samuel.
Thank you, Andromachos.
But look at the candles. What do you see?
The candles. Oh, they seem fine to me.
Look at the flames.
Wait a minute. They're getting higher, ain't they? What the hell's going on?
Your client is very powerful. He has his own unique skills earned through the ages. His skill in gaslighting is so intense that it affects the world around him.
Oh my god.
He is altering reality to fit his distortions. Be watchful, Samuel. Do not let him.
He's not a narcissist. He's just 95% of thespians in high school. God.
How do I stop it?
Be persistent, and above all, be honest. He does not control your reality.
I await your apology, sir.
Absolutely not. No. I don't have anything to apologize for.
I don't have anything to apologize for. All I did was point out some truths in the things you were saying. Now, if that makes you angry, fella, I don't know what to tell you.
You wound me, but I am strong. I persist. I fight. I know my worth, sir. I have fought and died for my art. I shall take my business elsewhere, and Vampire Society shall hear of your quackery.
Stop him, Samuel. It is not anger, but fear that drives him. Show him he has nothing to fear from you.
Easy, boy. Easy.
Easy, boy, easy.
Oh, the horse sound effect. They gotta have Arthur Morgan in here. He'll soothe you. He'll soothe you right quick.
I shall not go easy. I shall not.
Ain't nobody gonna hurt you. There's a good vampire.
A good vampire? What on hell?
You're safe now. Ain't nobody here to hurt you or make you feel bad.
What was I?
Everybody just needs a cowboy to talk to them like a prized horse every once in a while.
I'm your buddy. That's us. We're just buddies, ain't we?
Buddies? Yes. A friend. A friend. A friend who wishes to help me.
That's right.
You feeling better there, compadre?
I must confess that I am. Though I scarcely understand how.
Hey, well, that's just great. I want this to be a comfortable place for you.
Yes. Yes, I do believe you. After all, your profession is in many ways similar to acting. It is no wonder that we find common ground.
Ironically, it does seem to calm people down. Yeah, I don't understand why it works, but it does. Like, I don't know, listening to Arthur Morgan in Red Dead Redemption talk to his horse was one of the, like, most peaceful experiences ever.
How is therapy like acting?
It is the exploration of the soul, is it not? A journey into pain and truth. We see those pains and truths and reflect them onto the cruel world.
I ain't sure I quite see it like that, but it's true that reflecting is important. Kind of funny when we can't look in a mirror, huh?
Vampire humor.
One of death's cruel ironies. Thus must we see our reflections in the mortal audience instead.
You care a lot about what the mortals think about you.
Of course I do. Why should I give a fig about what we dusty old folk think, eh? Most of us are stuck in our relative pasts, if you'll pardon the offense.
Wait, he's so close. He's so close. He's right there.
But all them folks die. You're what, 300 years old?
Don't remind me. Yes, they die, but I cannot. I must not. If I do not exist in their hearts, there is only the purgatory of oblivion.
That sounds like Nosferatu thinking.
You cannot, you must not. You're talking like there's only one future.
For me, there is only one future, save oblivion.
Come on now, that's a little extreme.
'Tis not so. What else have I but the stage?
Well, that's a fine question. I'll tell you what, though, compadre, you are more than the stage. What if theater just didn't exist?
He would just simply wither away and die?
Perish the thought. Perish it with all due enmity.
Yeah.
Unlike some vampires, I am not some blood-guzzling parasite who will idly sit and wait as the world turns.
So that sounds like labeling, because he is labeling all other vampires as blood-guzzling parasites.
You calling most of our kind parasites?
Yes, he is.
I am, for that is what we are, if we are nothing else.
All right, let's just forget the part where you're insulting other vampires, myself included. If you say that you're a parasite if you don't do something, you're gonna be scared as hell of not doing that thing.
As an immortal, I aim for loftier goals.
Okay.
Can you hit those goals if you're busy being afraid of turning into a parasite?
Ah, but your humble speech does belie the true wisdom beneath. I am indeed cruel to myself. I died for the stage, so I should live for it as well.
That's a should statement.
Well, why should you live for the stage?
What was my death worth if the stage does not matter?
But it's only you who's saying your death ain't worth something. Your shoulds are fatal. Ain't that a lot of pressure?
Perhaps. Though one might argue that all great actors must be forged in fire.
But is acting really the most important thing in the world?
I shall assume that you jest. Vampire society's of no use to me. We are so few, and I cannot have an adoring crowd without a crowd.
Vampire society is of no use to me. We are so few, and I cannot have an adoring crowd without a crowd. It's not a should statement, and it's not labeling. Maybe Nosferatu thinking?
Vampires ain't got nothing to
Yeah.
offer you.
Nothing they can give, no. Vampires do not understand the avant-garde.
Did you just say vampires do not understand the avant-garde? Excuse me?
Vampires have a lot to give. We got time to understand things mortals just can't. I think you're painting vampire society with a pretty broad brush. We got some redeeming values.
Hi, Elf. Welcome. You didn't miss too much. We're dealing with a narcissist, though, for sure.
Oh, perhaps. But an understanding of the stage is not one of them. You know, I see what you are doing. The motivations of man are well known to me through my art.
And what am I doing?
You are mocking me.
Oh my God.
Undermining me, causing me to doubt myself. I know thy purpose, wretch.
Oh, he's so angry again.
This therapy business is all a ruse. You would lay me low and claim dominion over me.
All I'm trying to do is help you, friend. Reality's a lot easier to deal with when you can accept it for what it is.
So, now you doubt my sanity. Is there no end to your japes and jabs?
Is he gaslighting us again?
I shall not break. Oh, you shall see. The tides of cruel seas will crash upon me, but I do not wither. I know thy game, trickster. You wish to keep me in your debt. The more I doubt myself, the more you take from me. You think you are clever, but thy tongue outvenoms all the worms of the Nile. Well, what have you to say for yourself? Speak, that I might hear thy bile.
Oh, he is uppity. Tell him I do this for free. Tame him like a wild horse.
Easy there.
I love the horse options.
What?
I know you're upset and you're scared. I ain't gonna hurt you.
But you want to hurt me.
Good vampire. Ain't you sweet? Yeah, it's all right.
Ain't you sweet?
You really don't want to hurt me. You'll keep me safe.
We're safe. Ain't no place safer than right here. We're friends. That's right. You're my buddy now. Just my pal Eddie.
You're my buddy, my pal.
In truth, I am oft left bereft of friendship. Our kind can be difficult.
You mean vampires?
No, actors. But to sense one is not alone in all the world is a feeling to be cherished.
You ain't alone, I promise you. Whatever bad stuff we're living, someone else has lived it already.
It is so. Many geniuses were unappreciated in their time, with wonders of their craft consigned to history's dusty pages.
Unfortunately true.
Even the bard himself did struggle. There is some comfort in that.
Common nocturnality. We all got the same needs, man. Blood, safety, and sex.
Indeed. I too am akin to the doomed Achilles, though my sore spot lies not so low, but twixt stem and stern.
Tain't my place to comment.
Tight.
Oh, seems the spot is no secret to you after all.
Maybe we can talk about that some more in your next session. I think you did pretty dang well today.
Yes. Yes, I suppose I did. I am rather good at therapy, aren't I?
Whatever helps you, man.
If you're here wanting to get better, yeah, I'd say that makes you pretty good at therapy.
Well, one mustn't rest on one's laurels, must one?
That's right, Eddie. Okay, I'll see you in a few weeks then.
We shall vanquish my demons together. I cannot tarry. The stage awaits.
He's so dramatic.
Dang, what the hell was that?
Someone has a praise kink.
One of the darker malignancies of the mind, dear Samuel.
You sure I'm up to this?
You were masterful, Samuel. You were able to take your knowledge about cognitive distortions and turn their definitions outward. And we must speak about this equine ability of yours in your next session.
The equine ability to talk to horses.
Oh, that. Yeah, I learned a lot about myself through my horse.
Save it for our next session. Rest, Sam. You have faced a great danger. Now it is time to drink and be merry with the Goths.
Time to drink and be merry with the Goths. Fuck yeah.
Well, not sure I'd call them merry, but they know how to cut loose. All right, Andy. I'll see you later.
Good night, Samuel. Rest in peace.
I love after a strong therapy session we go and drink with Goths.
Well, that was one of the weirdest experiences of my life.
It wasn't that bad. Oh, sorry for so much yawning today. Edie woke me up at the ass crack of dawn, because of course she did. She wanted the whole bed to herself.
I probably won't forget that. I should go talk to Crimson.
If it isn't Sammy the Kid, plop that butt down. Got a shot prepared for you.
Oh, she's got a shot for us now?
Well, thanks, Crimson. What is that? A Bloody Mary?
That's what I do after therapy. Hi, Neil. It's a good way to spend your time, that's for sure.
No, a Bloody Steve. I think that's what he said his name was.
Bloody Steve. Shot, shot, shot. I also drink with Goths after therapy. See, I knew I picked the right community.
Of course it is. How's the crowd tonight?
You know, it's funny. They're a little on the weird side tonight. Must be a full moon out.
Aren't they always weird?
Oh, you ain't kidding. I just had my first therapy session with the strangest fella I ever met. The actor type. Used to be an international celebrity back when I was alive. Seems like fame's a nasty drug.
Like Andy says, people are people. Doesn't matter what era they're from. Feeling good about your session, though?
I'm actually feeling quite positive about that session. It could have gone so much worse. So let's say that we think it went well.
He was pretty confrontational, but he was happy to talk about himself at least. Andy says the real clients to worry about are the ones who've got nothing to say.
Oh yeah, that's probably true.
I get that. Being a human isn't easy. You gotta be pretty damn privileged to have no problems at all.
Well, this fella definitely has plenty of problems. I think he'll be keeping me busy.
It's a
Feels
big
likely.
world out there, cowboy. Full of vampires with no self-awareness.
Well, ain't that the truth? Well, here's to change then.
To change.
You, drinking Andy's blood there?
Andy's? Nuh-uh, this is a plain old mortal drink. You think anyone would want to drink that man's blood from a bottle when they can get it straight from the source?
Oop.
I suppose they wouldn't.
I'm not proud to drink blood, Sam. Wouldn't be doing it out here.
I didn't mean to cause offense, ma'am.
Not your fault. I guess I shouldn't be offended.
Should statement.
Who's telling you that you shouldn't be offended, Crimson? I know this blood drinking stuff is complicated.
Damn right it is. Look, I have customers to deal with. But let me give you some advice, Buffalo Bill. No therapy in here.
Sorry.
What happens at Eminat happens with consent. Got it?
Oh, she didn't like that.
All right, that's fair, and my sincere apologies. It won't happen again.
That's right.
Oh, dang it. I've gone and made myself unwelcome. I better get out of Crimson's way.
Damn it, Sam.
You.
Who is she? Look at her, she's precious. Oh my gosh. Panoptibella. She is a cutie.
Huh? Do I know you?
I know you. I've been watching you, vampire.
Okay, so we can deny it, play along, or admit it. Let's play along, because I don't know what her intent is here.
Yep, that's me, drinking blood to live.
Yes, you do. I saw you. I see everything.
She's also slightly unsettling, which I really greatly appreciate.
My name is Panoptibella. It means I see all, and I am beautiful. I saw you in the kink room with Reinhardt and Maxi,
Which they consented to.
and now I see that you are thirsty and would like to drink.
Yep, that is so.
Come, drink from my neck. I wish to see what it is like.
Oh man. Chomp.
Yes, I see now. That was very pleasant. Thank you. You will go to your coffin now to sleep.
Don't tell me what to do. But yes.
Well, if you wanted a cuddle.
It is normal for vampires to enter a state of torpor after consuming the blood of another. I wish you an excellent torpor, vampire.
Oh, I like her.
Thanks, I guess. I guess I'd better get some shut-eye. This night has gone on long enough.
I wonder if we're gonna get another new client or if we're gonna have to work with one of the ones we've already worked with.
Good evening, Samuel. I hope you are feeling well rested. I have a new client for you.
New client! But also it looks like he scribbled in the journal, so let's see if he wrote anything interesting and new in here. Alright. So I know we read this one. Right? Oh, I went too far. Oh, that was weird. Alright. Here we go. Client record for Edmund Keene. Edmund is afraid to get back into acting because he's afraid of getting anything but universal praise. He's self-centered mindset, believes he determines what acting must be, diminishes the thoughts and opinions of others, champion gaslighter, tried to convince me I was attacking him, sees the world through theater. Next time, I'd like to dig in on where all this comes from. Why is this fella so insecure? Alright, so we read a couple of these last time. Read this one. I'm not sure if we read this one or not. Had a doozy of a client tonight by the name of Isabella D'Este. Holy hell, that is one strong lady. I was shaking in my boots half the time I was talking to her. I read up on her on Wikipedia and was glad I hadn't done that before our session. I would have been even more scared. I'm surprised we could even have a conversation. She was Pope Leo X's sister-in-law? How the heck do you deal with family like that? I've had a nice week otherwise. Been exploring the graveyard here in Leipzig. They're real fancy here. Guess it ain't no surprise this place has so many goths. And then this is the last new entry. Just finished up with a new client, and this guy was a lot. Fella nearly burned the saloon down with his gaslighting superpowers. He's an actor type, which I don't have a lot of experience with. I never really got into theater stuff, except for maybe vaudeville. Something about watching people tumbling and smacking each other with blunt objects just speaks to the soul. Oh, so I pissed off Crimson last night. Tried to do the whole therapy thing on her without her permission, and she was hopping mad. I gotta remind myself that just because I'm learning to become a therapist, that doesn't make me everyone's therapist. That's great advice there, Sam. Alright, let's find out about our new client, though.
Another one? I think my caseload's starting to get a little crowded.
Worry not, my friend. I shall not unload all the world's cares onto you. I know how strongly this next client requires aid. She is a great deal older than most of the clients you've seen, and sometimes it is harder for the elderly to see reality.
Oh boy.
It took me far too long to do so.
Is she as old as you are?
Not nearly. Thus, she should be more ready for change than I was. Take a look at her intake form.
Alright, so I think her name is Med? I'm not sure. There's like a smudge on the paper there. Hopefully he'll pronounce it for me so I know how to say it. Her age is 1,804, a female from the Bronze Age. An elder vampire like myself, Medi has lived mostly alone for the past 2 millennia. She grew up among wanton violence between Irish clan warlords and has since kept distance between herself and mortals. She now spends more of her time online, where she's become a streaming celebrity. I do not know what this means, but perhaps a younger vampire might. She's expressed frustrations at the increasing demands of her followers. Suggestion: be patient with the elderly.
Dang, she died young. Makes me wonder why I waited so long to kick the bucket. Could have left her nicer looking corpse.
Sam.
Alas, death does not often allow us to have much choice in the matter.
Says here she doesn't leave home unless she has to.
Indeed, it is a puzzle, as elder vampires can often be.
I sure do hope I can help her.
You will do your best, I know. Let me allow you some privacy. She comes.
What?
Hello?
Medi. Okay. It didn't look like it said Medi on the paper.
Hey there, how do I say your name? Is it, Medbug? Medb?
Mev is my
Mev.
name. Medby's just my screen name.
Oh.
You can call me Meddy if you like.
Okay. Mev is her real name. Medb is her screen name, and we can call her Medi.
Oh, mighty fine meeting you, Mitty. I'm Sam.
Yes, I also love the heterochromia going on. That's super cool.
Is that all you are?
I couldn't rightly say. I ain't no more or less than Sam.
You're cute, strange cowboy man.
Everybody loves the cowboy.
I don't know that you should be calling your potential therapist cute, miss.
Not in a touching bodies way. I mean, you're more like a rabbit or a mouse.
She called me a mouse.
Oh, I want to dress you up in a little mouse onesie and watch you scurry about.
Oh, they hot.
You can keep your hat on and be a little cowboy mouse. Oh, I like that very much.
I would also like for Sam to be a little cowboy mouse very much.
I'd keep you in a little cage and give you lots of cheese and, of course, a wheel to run on. You can be my whiskery little pet.
What is the matter, Samuel?
I think I'm out of my depth here, Chief. I ain't keen to be anyone's pet.
Older vampires such as myself can sometimes be uncomfortable to be around. I believe this will be an excellent challenge in setting boundaries, Samuel.
Oh boy.
Explain to her your boundaries. You will be modeling positive behavior and saving yourself a little trouble.
That's good advice.
Yeah, just a little.
All the more reason to be clear and polite right now. Good luck, Samuel. I know you can do it.
You look distracted, little mouse. Have you smelt a bit of cheese? Did your whiskers twitch?
All right, miss, before we keep going, I think we need to set a few boundaries.
I don't want to wear a onesie. I don't eat cheese. I don't want to live in a cage. And I think that about covers my boundaries. All right. I don't want to wear a onesie.
First of all, I ain't gonna wear no onesie. I don't think I could find one that'd fit.
I could sew one for you. I would make the neck hole really big so that your funny hat would fit right through it.
Okay, well, maybe I wasn't being clear. I don't want to wear a onesie.
But it would make me happy.
Well, wouldn't make me happy, miss.
Fine. But I don't like it.
Dark. I don't eat cheese.
I don't eat cheese, you know that. We only drink blood anyway. Mortal food doesn't exactly agree with us.
And cheese doesn't exactly agree with all mortals.
But a mouse who doesn't eat cheese is hardly a mouse.
But I'm not a mouse.
Then why do you have twitchy whiskers?
I just like the way they look.
So do I. That's why I think you should eat some cheese.
Well, I ain't gonna take it or leave it.
You're very mean for a mouse.
I don't want to live in a cage.
This stuff about putting me in a cage and making me your pet are things you should be doing with a blood partner. Besides, I make the rules about my own body. If I don't want something, you gotta respect it or find a new therapist.
Great advice, Sam.
You don't want me to do things to your body.
You cut that out. I'm serious now.
Very well. Be that way.
I think that about covers my boundaries.
I think that about covers it.
Very well. It's a little boring. People usually let me do what I want to do to them.
Well, this is less boring then. It's something new.
I suppose you're right. It's very clever, strange cowboy man. May I still call you a mouse from time to time, though?
If it'll make you feel comfortable, I guess it ain't hurting me. But let's get to you and why you're here. Now, it said on your intake form that...
She's afraid of aging, she's overworked, or she's concerned about climate change. She is overworked.
You're overworked, it said. You're not my first client with that problem. What line of work you in?
I play video games.
Video games? Like Star Invaders?
Oh, Sam.
No, silly. More like Overcharged 2 and Pension Impact. More of an FPS and RPG girl.
I don't know what them things are. I kind of figured video games were just a fad, like collecting ferns was in my time.
Oh,
Video
Sam.
games are lots of fun. There's even one where you get to play a cowboy and kill bunches and bunches of people.
Don't you reduce Arthur Morgan to a cowboy who just kills bunches and bunches of people. You hear me?
Then you get to pretend you feel bad about it. But after that, kill even more people.
Don't come at my boy Arthur like that.
Shucks, that there might give me some flashbacks. But you're working by playing video games? How's that?
I stream on Glitch. I have millions and millions of followers there.
Wait just a gosh darn minute. People are paying to watch you pee?
What?
Of course not. That sort of thing would be on my Only Zealots page.
Only zealots?
If I could pee. Which I can't, because I'm a vampire.
Alright, you gotta walk me through this.
What's streaming mean if it ain't peeing?
What's streaming mean if it ain't peeing?
Streaming means to share your computer screen to the internet.
Like watching the cinema, only instead of people shooting each other, it's you answering emails?
Sort of. Mostly people just like to watch people shooting other people. I mean, only it's little computer people that only look like people.
Oh, Sam.
Clear as mud. I got some more questions about them funny things you mentioned, though.
What's Only Zealots?
What's Only Zealots?
That's a very special website where my very special followers get to see me do naughty things for money.
You've been around a long while. Do you need money?
No, of course not. But I do like having mortal blood bags who will do anything for me. They're very useful.
Valid.
This whole thing
Understandable.
makes me feel old.
But you're only a baby vampire, strange cowboy man. I'm glad you're not the kind of baby who poops and pees, though. That's quite icky.
I had some more questions.
You're making Sam uncomfortable. What's all this FPS and RPG stuff?
What's all this RPG and FPS stuff?
Role-playing games and first-person shooters.
Kinda dark to be playing games about the first person you ever shot. That ain't a good moment.
Sam.
You're extra silly. It's a video game with a first-person perspective. It only looks as though you're shooting someone. I like the ones where there's lots and lots of blood. I end up feeling quite hungry.
Well, they still using corn syrup to look like blood? Never looked realistic to me.
They don't use corn syrup in video games. You're very funny.
He is very silly.
I'm glad I'm funny, I guess. Let me ask you something else about these video games.
No, that's about it, Sam.
Alright, I think I understand a little better. You're working pretty dang hard for all them followers. What do you need them for?
Lots of things. They pay my rent for me, buy clothes and gifts for me. They dispose of all the bodies. And they let me kill them too. They're all so eager to die. Poor little lambs.
They're like servants?
Servants, little sheep, whatever you'd like to call them.
Is it me or does her voice have a bit of an echo to it? It might, because I'm not wearing headphones, so it's like her voice might be getting picked up by the game recording and by my microphone.
And they're willing to just up and die for you.
Oh, naturally. Sometimes all I have to do is smile for them. They find it enchanting. And they quite like my breasts and vulva.
Oh, Gorl. I'll turn down my speakers a little bit, so hopefully it'll stop picking it up. Oh, like a hypnotic one? Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, I feel like she's got some, like, vampire seduction thing going on, for sure.
Oh, I see.
Does it make you uncomfortable to hear me say breasts and vulva?
I reckon I just wasn't expecting that level of candidness.
Breasts, vulva.
She likes stirring up trouble, doesn't she?
Hey, come on now.
Pushing boundaries.
Oh, but it's so much fun to watch your little whiskers twitch.
So, these followers of yours do a lot of work for you, huh?
But I have almost 100 million little sheep. It's rather difficult to manage them all and keep them happy.
Why do you need to keep so many servants happy?
I need my sheep. If I don't have them, I'll have nothing.
That sounds like Nosferatu thinking.
Is it really true that if you don't have your followers, you won't have anything? Ain't you got other stuff you're interested in?
We got an achievement for getting 10 of these correct in a row. We're cooking.
I suppose I enjoy reading and video games. And I can do those things alone. But there's also playing games with my body.
Oh, yep, there's that.
Yep. That's the thing.
Which Americans don't do. You like to shoot people instead. Bang, pow, ugh.
Yeah, she's got Americans pegged.
That ain't always true. But let's get back to what you were saying.
Therapizing.
If I don't make them all happy, they'll turn against me.
That sounds like either Nosferatu thinking or control fallacy. Let's try Nosferatu thinking.
That's some pretty extreme thinking. Your followers can't all be that fickle. The idea that you can make everyone happy is something that ain't in anyone's power.
Have you ever been to Twitter, Sam? Don't answer that. I know you haven't.
And assuming you have no control and they'll all turn against you ain't true either.
That's true, I suppose. I can do things you couldn't dream of. But I won't show them to you because you're an American.
That is much appreciated, miss. And now about the stuff you were saying.
All I'll be is the lonely, crazy girl with a flat full of stinky corpses.
That sounds like labeling.
Let's ease off them labeling terms. Don't go calling yourself crazy.
I am crazy. And I know how strange I sound to these short-lived creatures.
I reckon I might sound the same if I were around as long as you and seen some of the stuff you've seen. Besides, crazy ain't got any kind of real meaning. What's sane? You've been around a while, you know them definitions change all the time.
I suppose that's true. Don't think any of us are really sane.
I think that's a heck of a lot closer to the truth.
I just want to look at my body parts anyway. Don't have much else to share, it seems.
That sounds like disqualifying the positive.
Come on now, you've been around for nearly 2,000 years. How in the heck could you have nothing to offer? I'm sure you could tell me all sorts of things about history and the places you've been to and the things you've done.
If I talk about things I like, my followers abandon me. Fickle little bloodbags. You always like it when I show off, though.
Well, that's not great.
That's a problem with your followers, not you. Don't go disqualifying the positive things about yourself just because they don't see them.
Very kind, Wanling. If you were one of my followers, I might even let you live.
Oh, how generous of her.
A very kind gesture, miss.
I can't help but think, though, I should make my little sheep happy. After all, they are willing to die for me.
Well, that's a should statement.
You say you should keep your followers happy. Do you like it when they're happy?
Just because I kill my bloodbags doesn't mean I wish to be cruel. After all, they're so cute when they die with smiles on their precious little faces.
Oh.
I'm glad to hear that, but here's the thing. When you say you should make them happy, you turn it into a responsibility. If you got 100 million people you should please, that's pressure you don't need. Get what I'm saying?
I love this game so much. A lot of labeling here, right? She uses labels a lot, especially like labeling people as animals.
You are too sweet, little mouse. Like a sugar mouse. Someone might try to eat you.
Not referring to anyone as people. Yeah, nobody's people. They're just pets, animals. I don't want to say livestock, but kind of livestocky.
Heck, they already did. How do you think I turned into a vampire?
You make me seem very silly for worrying so much about my bloodbags. Not a very good vampire, am I?
Well, what's a good vampire supposed to do?
My bloodfather used to tell me that we were supposed to be gods.
Well, that's a lot of pressure.
Told me that we would rule all humanity. I imagine he'd be ever so disappointed in me.
Well, blood parents are always complicated. They like continuing their legacies, but people ain't too good at being anything but themselves.
I appreciate that, Sam.
I wish someone would tell him that. He's a very bad listener.
Well, you should be proud of yourself for getting away from him. I know it ain't easy.
Dehumanizing. Yeah, she's dehumanizing people a lot. But she seems to also sort of care about them a little bit. I don't know, it's weird.
Oh, I didn't leave him. The druid sealed him away long ago. Slaughter our soul when he escapes. And there will be nothing we can do. Oh, it's gonna be ever so much blood.
That sounds like a control fallacy.
I think we can handle a vampire. There's a lot more of us now. And I bet the bastard ain't even heard of a gun.
Ka-chow.
You don't understand. He's a wizard.
The last I heard, wizards ain't bulletproof. Let's give ourselves a little credit. I ain't gonna worry too much about this fella. Besides, if he is coming back to kill us all, we only got so much time to enjoy, right? These dang followers of yours have got you stuck at home, though.
It's better this way. It's not safe outside.
Oh, does she have agoraphobia? Is that the word? Did I say the word right? The fear of leaving the house?
Well, why do you say that?
Because there are bad people out there. They've tried to burn me, touch me, enslave me. They are cruel, horrible.
You know, I feel like she's not wrong, but that's labeling.
I know you've been through some tough times, Mitty.
I did good.
You have a lot of reasons to think people are all awful. But those experiences ain't the be-all and end-all. There's a lot of bad, a lot of good, and even more in between.
That's almost not comforting.
Maybe. But it's safer to assume that it's all bad. Mortals are very afraid, and when mortals are afraid, they are quite cruel.
That's more of that all-or-nothing thinking. There's billions of people out there now, and more differences between each and every one of them than you'd expect.
But I don't need to endanger myself anymore. I have my sheep.
I'm sure we'll get to talking about them real soon.
We can talk about them now. They help me stay in my flat. If I stay in one place, I have power. Instead of them burning me, I can burn them. And touch them and enslave them.
That sounds like control fallacy.
With all due respect, miss, you're playing with sunshine here. Life is always going to change. That's the one thing we can be sure of. Your retreating from society is only going to make it harder to face the changes ahead.
The personality, less hot. Couldn't hear the conversation, because game's not very loud. I think streaming jobs given an ivory tower view of the world. Everyone belongs to her, if that makes sense. Yeah, I could see that.
Such as when the machines arrived.
When the machines arrived?
What machines are you talking about?
The ones in the factories. The ones who made me leave the bog. Did not like that very much. Not at all.
Maybe a little bit, but also was running the lawnmower, so let's see. Pump up the monitor mix a little bit. I also would not like to leave the bog.
Oh, look, I didn't want to upset you. You're here to handle the world a little better, and that means being honest about what might happen. Does that make sense?
Yes. Machines keep getting stronger. I should be ready for them.
All right. Well, let's keep talking.
They used to call me Calich Namona, the Witch of the Bogs. I like it that way. I like it when they think I'm a monster.
I can respect that, but that's labeling.
Hold on a sec, Mitty. I get that there's safety in people thinking you're some kind of monster. But what I can't abide is you calling yourself one. Names have power. You know what they used to call me?
Fuzzy McWhiskers. Scaly Tail Sam. Ooh, Scurrying Sam.
She's so silly. Is this paranoia, maybe? It might be a little bit.
They called me Slaughtering Sam. And as you might imagine, I didn't earn many friends with that name.
That's not very cute at all.
No, it ain't. I didn't feel cute neither. I felt like an evil bastard, and that ain't a good feeling.
It didn't say I liked being a monster. It just makes me feel safe.
Then let's find a way to help you feel safe without calling yourself a monster then, huh? But keep going.
If I want to be safe, I should show them what a monster I really am from the safety of my lair.
Again, I constantly get mixed up between Nosferatu thinking and control fallacy, because they're both very similar. If she wants to be safe, she has to show what a monster she is from the safety of her own lair. That could be control fallacy, or it could be black and white thinking. What do we think? Oh, she's from the old internet. I mean, she is, like, what was it, 2,000 years old? Too cold to brain, understandable. She's 1,804 years old, so she might be from the old internet. I'm gonna say control fallacy. It's wrong.
Medi believes there is only one course of action to take. We know this cannot be true, do we not?
Alright, so it's Nosferatu thinking.
If I want to be safe, I should show them what a monster I really am from the safety of my lair.
Medi
Really?
believes there is only one course of action to take. We know this cannot be true, do we not?
If I want to be safe, I should show them what a monster I really am from the safety of my lair.
I guess it's a should statement then.
Well, why should you show them what a monster you are?
So that they'll know to stay away, of course.
And is that the only way people will stay away?
It's the way I know. I used to put severed heads outside my cottage, but the policemen don't like that very much.
Yeah, don't blame her.
So what if I said you should protect yourself by putting severed heads outside your place again?
I'd say you should learn otherwise. The police can be very mean.
That's what I mean. Should doesn't allow a lot of wiggle room. It might seem like it's just words, but them words can lock us up tighter in a bank vault. But let's keep talking.
Living alone is the life I know, anyway. Well, I've known for millennia. I can't survive in society now.
Oh, I just meant she's from the internet we grew up with. Right, that's fair. Let's try Nosferatu thinking. No!
We ancient vampires are very few. I can tell you with some certainty that your client is very good at hiding her true capabilities, perhaps even from herself.
Disqualifying the positive
Living
then?
alone is the life.
You know,
Yeah.
you're what, some 1,800 years old? You're older than any government on Earth. You've seen the world change in ways none of us could dream of. Hell, you basically won the internet, and I can barely open up my Vmail program. You're way more capable than you're giving yourself credit for.
I suppose that's true. But I'm not very good with real life people. Unless I'm eating them.
You're still disqualifying the positive by canceling out all them skills you got. You can use all that modern lingo I've barely even heard of. You dab, fam?
Sam, stop.
That was ages ago.
See what I'm saying?
You are very clever, sweetling. It is easy to forget how small and weak mortals are. The world is a big place full of things that might try to hurt me.
She didn't call him a mouse this time, though. She called him Sweetling, so that's a step in the right direction, I think.
Well, before you face the world, why don't we start with your neighborhood? Let's start slow. Take a walk around your block, 15 minutes a day. Just spend a little time outside looking at the moon.
I suppose if anyone tries to hurt me, I should be able to kill them or enslave them.
Yeah, probably. Shouldn't be a problem.
Very well, strange cowboy man. If anyone does kill me, I'll simply become a ghost. Then I can whisk myself up your bottom with a little ghost needle and poke at your guts.
Wow, okay. He sounds like my therapist. Take a walk, right?
I don't think it'll come to that. Just spend some time outside and see how you feel, and we'll talk again in a month. Sound good?
Very well. I suppose my followers outside must be eager to carry my coffin home. Promised I would eat them when we got there, so shouldn't keep them waiting. Farewell then, little mouse.
Hoo-wee!
Well done, my friend. You seem a little out of sorts. Are you quite all right?
Oh, is he still upset about Crimson?
She was something else.
Like so many of our kind, she
No.
simply struggles to adjust to a constantly changing world. I think you will be of great help to her. She clearly likes you.
That's what I'm afraid of.
You are under my protection while you are here, Samuel. I guarantee no ghosts will travel up your posterior.
That's good to know. That's comforting.
You have done excellent work tonight. Please, relax downstairs. Summer will be here before we know it, and the nights shall become short once again.
Ooh.
Rest in peace, my friend.
How to know if the e-girl respects you? By the degrading levels of nicknames. Maybe.
Tarnation. I'm glad the kids here aren't glued to their little TVs.
Their little TVs. What'd you write down? You wrote something. Alright. Medi is feeling overwhelmed by her followers on social media and their demands. She relies on them for food and help dealing with mortals. Talks about mortals as if they're all the same. Spends a lot of time online. Creates strong one-way attachments with her followers. Needs to get outside. bad at boundaries. I think the next time I should figure out why she's got such a simple view of mortals. Maybe she'd be better off if she didn't see them as ants.
I wonder why that is. I'll bet Crimson knows.
If they're even worthy of nicknames.
Giddy up, little doggy.
Now she's calling me animal names.
I ain't heard that one in a while.
Truth is, I'm running out of cowboy terms. What can I get you, handsome?
How about a kind ear for my troubles?
You got a real old school way of seeing bartenders. But in this case, you're right. I am a good listener. Lay it on me.
I got this new client. Makes me feel old.
Uh-oh.
250-year-old man feels old, huh?
Called out. Us in Discord yesterday.
Yeah. But seriously, I thought I understood people, but she's from another time, like.
It's so weird because for him, she's not only like from a different time as in she's like almost 2,000 years old, but also she's very modern for her age. So poor Sam here is stuck right in the middle.
I've been around a long time, and I ain't seen nothing quite like this internet. But my client lives there.
And you think you can't help her because you don't understand the internet?
I think if she actually takes his advice and she like maybe goes for a walk a little bit a few times a week, it'll help. But we won't know until she comes back. So maybe this time we should admit that we're not sure.
Now I remember when the first steam locomotive showed up and we thought, that's it. We've invented everything.
Really?
Well, laugh all you like. Point is, I'm getting old faster than I ever have before.
Relatable.
Here's the thing, cowboy. Nobody understands the internet. I don't feel old yet, though. Still just glad to be alive, thanks to Andy's blood.
Yeah, because last week we found out she is 50 years old, and she's aging slower because she's drinking Andromachus's blood.
Oh, yeah?
I know you've been curious about why I've been drinking vampire blood. You don't have to pretend. I've got a rare blood cancer. Andy's blood is what's keeping me alive.
Aww.
Oh, I'm real sorry.
I didn't say I was dying. I said I had cancer. Stop making that face.
You tell him, Crimson.
I'm just glad I found Andy. Don't think I was quite ready to die.
I don't understand the internet. I don't understand the internet either, and I'm here like 24/7 all the time.
Well, I, for one, am glad you're sticking around, Crimson.
Well, thank you kindly. So what'll it be, Sam? You ain't gonna dance?
You don't scratch that. I understand the internet just fine. It's all about paid promotions and pay to get your posts seen by everybody, and I just refuse to do it because I'm stubborn.
No, I ain't gonna dance.
You owe me that story one day, cowboy. Here, have a little something I whipped up for Andy. Herbal blood tea.
That looks so good.
No garlic, right?
No garlic. Why would you put garlic in tea?
No garlic.
Mighty kind of you. Maybe I'll take a nightcap. You have yourself a fine night, Crimson.
Adios, muchacho.
I think that's my last client for a while. My caseload's big enough. Starting to get overwhelmed.
That's fair. We've got quite a few clients now.
Maybe something from one of my books will inspire me. But then again, I could watch cartoons instead.
No, we're gonna read. We're gonna read a poem.
I think I'll read a poem. I've got one I love. Carry one, Walt Whitman. I celebrate myself and sing myself. And what I assume you shall assume. For every atom belonging to me, as good belongs to you. I loaf and invite my soul. I lean and loaf at my ease, observing a spear of summer grass.
Edie also loafs.
My tongue, every atom of my blood, formed from this soil, this air, born here of parents born here, from parents the same, and their parents the same. I, now 37 years old, in perfect health begin, hoping to cease not till death. Creeds and schools in abeyance, retiring back a while, sufficed it what they are, but never forgotten. I harbor for good or bad. I permit to speak at every hazard. Nature without check, with original energy. Just a little reminder that I'm still human.
And vampire, but true.
I think that's enough action for one night. Time I got me some shut-eye. Good night, son.
Good night, Sam.
evening to you, Samuel. How are you feeling tonight?
Wait, we wrote some new stuff down in our journal. Alright. So I know the internet's been driving the mortals batty, but dang if it isn't affecting us vampires too. I've got a new client that has half the world watching her play video games online. What's that all about? Next thing you know, they'll be making cinemas where you stand behind the screen and watch folks watching the movies. The world sure is a strange place. Andy says that's it for new clients, and I'm grateful for that. I've been feeling a little cooped up here in the city. I'm taking a weekend trip to the mountains out in Harz. Gonna take the Autobahn. What's an Autobahn? Autobahn? I don't know if I'm saying that word right. I'm past fear and death anyway.
Not bad, not bad. A little overwhelmed, but guess I kind of have a lot going on these days.
Indeed you do. The mind is an easy place to get lost in, is it not?
You ain't kidding. Keeping all them cognitive distortions in my head and sorting through all my clients' problems ain't easy.
We are not machines, Samuel. I believe you will find that you can never handle everything at once.
You are? It's a famous highway in Germany. The Autobahn? Cool.
There is a term the mortals use these days. Multitasking. It's a kind of meta-control fallacy. Even we must handle thoughts one at a time.
No thank you. I don't want to have a single moment of not doing things constantly. None.
I guess. I just hope I can concentrate on my own therapy with all this stuff bouncing around in my noggin.
In my noggin.
I do not expect you to be an exception to the rule, my dear fellow. Let us see whether we can clear your head. I would like to introduce you to a ritual I have learned for stealing the mind.
This some kind of ancient vampire secret? Something the old ones gave you that's been lost to time? Something mortals could never imagine?
I swear to God if it's like guided meditation. Also, they turn it into an awesome racetrack? Hell yeah.
No, it's just meditation.
God damn it, I can't do meditation. I have ADHD.
That does not make the technique any less valuable. Now then, close your eyes. I will guide you through this process. Think of a place that brings you comfort. Where is it?
Skyrim.
I'd have to see the woods. I always like being in nature.
Close enough.
Then imagine the woods and let your thoughts come to you. Be attuned to your body. Breathe, and you will be able to address your thoughts and clear your mind. Now close your eyes and begin.
Wait. There's a lot going on this page. Okay, focus, Sam, focus. I miss my princess. I ain't cut out for this therapy thing. Andy sure is a tall glass of water. First, breathe in, press and hold. Then out, let go. Okay. Watch as breathing slows down your thoughts. Last, to clear a thought, hover over it.
I ain't cut out for this therapy thing. Andy sure is a tall glass of water.
Oh.
I miss my princess. I kinda miss farting.
Kinda miss farting.
Focus, Sam, focus. Who's got a pretty mane? Wonder what's on Batflix. Should I hook up with Reinhardt?
Oh god, this
I'm
one's
so bad at meditating.
this one's hard. I'm really bad at meditating.
I like blood from San Antonio, not New York City. Relax. Ain't no vampire hunters here. Who's my favorite horse? Is it you?
Ah! I keep clicking. Who's my favorite horse? Maybe you need a 3,000-year-old deep-voiced vampire to guide your meditation? Maybe. How are you feeling now?
Yeah. All right. Fine, really. All them thoughts just feel like thoughts.
Can't even meditate in a video game.
What sorts of things came up for you?
Well, I thought about my clients. I thought about all them cognitive distortions. My horse came up a lot.
Your horse?
Was that a salsa from New York City reference? I'm not sure.
Yeah, Princess. She was my horse back when I was alive. I still think about her every day. I can't really stop.
Can we make vampire horses? Because we could solve this.
I understand. I have bonded with many horses in my own life, but it sounds as though the loss of Princess was particularly fraught.
Yeah.
Would you like to start there?
Not sure I'd like it. But seeing as it's come up, maybe we should talk about what happened to her. It's got a lot to do with my old gang. I mentioned them before. Well, the Mystic Bastards was their name. They were the gang to join if you had nothing to lose, and I had nothing to lose.
That sounds like some Nosferatu thinking, my friend.
Oh, I can see that now. But it turned out I still did have something to lose. And they took that from me to prove my loyalty.
No!
They took my princess. Killed her in cold blood. And made me watch the whole thing. They made sure she saw me too.
Oh, they hurt Princess. Why would they do that?
Oh, Samuel, I'm so sorry.
Can we kill them all?
I just stood there, watching her dying, with them big eyes looking at me like she knew I betrayed her.
Agree. Fuck you, fight me.
They knew what it would take to break me, and it's my fault for letting them do it.
But Samuel, these Mystic Bastards, it sounds as though these loyalty tests were a cruel, mechanical part of their indoctrination process. These are the actions of a cult. They had no special care for you or your princess.
Right, we're gonna find them and we're gonna kill them with our special set of skills.
Well, it sure as shit worked. They knew where to hit me, and it's my fault for letting it happen.
What they did, Samuel, had little to do with you personally. You were vulnerable, and they took advantage. This is what cults do. But Samuel, you are exhibiting a cognitive distortion known as personalization. You are attributing the Mystic Bastards' actions entirely to your own supposed failings.
Oh no, we got a new word, but they took away control fallacy and gave us personalization. New thing!
While it is natural to grieve for your horse, holding yourself solely responsible is neither fair nor accurate.
Hold on a sec, my head's hurting. I can't hold on to all them distortions all the time. Ain't personalization a lot like a control fallacy?
An astute observation, Samuel. Personalizations are often a form of control fallacy. While control fallacies often manifest as a belief that you have more control over external events than is actually the case, personalization is a more specific tendency to believe that external events are reactions to you. But let us leave control fallacies out of the picture for now. You are correct that keeping all distortions in mind at once is unrealistic.
I appreciate that. When I learn new words, I also lose other words. Same.
I would not interrupt your thoughts if I did not think personalization important. You are shouldering the blame for Princess's death. I can see that.
Well, if it ain't my fault, who else's is it?
The Mystic Bastards, of course. Let me put it into perspective for you. I will make a series of statements, and you help me identify the personalization distortion. I overslept in my coffin because I forgot to set my alarm.
No, that sounds like fact.
I bit Crimson's neck last night and missed the vein because I was distracted. It was entirely my fault.
Maybe.
Batflix raised my subscription price again because they knew I would pay no matter what.
Did that one.
Well, that's the personalization. Badflix has no earthly clue who you are. They just raise their subscription prices anyway.
Yeah.
Just as your gang planned to isolate members from their former lives. Do you see the connection?
I guess so. I was just too stupid to see it at the time.
Calling
did you-
yourself stupid is what distortion?
Labeling.
Yeah, it's labeling. But I should have known anyway. I knew that crew was bad news. I just thought I was bad news too.
You should have known. That's another distortion of reality, Samuel.
We're doing should statements now.
All right, fine. Should statement, whatever. So what the hell am I supposed to do, Andy? Say nothing's ever my fault and I don't gotta know nothing?
The alarm clock could be anyone's fault. Honestly, it's Edie's fault. Edie turned off my alarm.
I was responsible for getting that beautiful horse killed. She trusted me, and if I'd been someone else, she wouldn't have had to die in that awful way.
I am not asking you to lie to yourself. Far from it. And I am not suggesting that you absolve yourself of all responsibility. But what would you say if a friend came to you with the same story? Would you tell them what they should have done? Would you call them stupid? You said yourself that you joined your gang because they were the gang to join if you had nothing to lose. I do not think this is a circumstance most people choose.
Yeah, I suppose.
Sam, I just want to hug you, buddy. Same.
Remember, Samuel, we are trying to reframe our thinking by clarifying these distortions. I know it may feel as though I am picking on you, but I am not. Let us forget what you should have done to make room for a different distortion. You are drawing a direct link from your emotion to the death of your horse. This is a distortion called emotional reasoning.
No, another term! My brain can't hold all these terms. Emotional reasoning. Wait, which one did we get rid of? I already forgot. God damn it. Get that man a horse and a hug.
I understand the guilt you feel, Samuel, but your guilt does not act on its own. This terrible thing, it did happen, and some choices you made undoubtedly created the circumstances for it to occur. You are not blameless.
Let's gaslight ourselves happy. Let's go. Should statements are gone. Correct. Yep, you're right.
But let us restrict your blame to what you have actually done.
I'm sorry. I get awful worked up when talking about my princess. You should have seen her, Andy. She had these eyes. She looked right into my tainted soul and still loved me.
I understand, Samuel. We feel tremendous guilt when we fail an animal. When we look at reality, it is not to dismiss our burdens, but to process them fairly. I would like you to understand emotional reasoning so you can see how emotions color our thoughts. Please listen, and call me out when I am using emotional reasoning.
All right.
I feel anxious. Perhaps it is the garlic naan I smell from the Indian restaurant next door.
No, that would make any vampire feel anxious, I think.
The mood in my club is somber tonight. I am sure it is a reflection of my own dark mood.
Perhaps?
That's the emotional reasoning right there. I don't think them folk in the club know too much about how you're feeling.
Yeah.
Exactly. Our emotions can feel all-encompassing, and that is purely biological. We are animals, Samuel. There is a small cluster of brain tissue at the base of the cranium that tells us we are safe or that we are about to die.
Well, that's pretty Nosferatu thinking of it.
The complexity of our existence is at odds with our biology, but we have the logic to recognize it.
Well, if reincarnation's a thing, I think I'd rather come back as a horse.
It is indeed a boon and a curse to have human complexity of thought.
No kidding. If I were a horse, I'd know better than to join any cowboy gang, let alone the Mystic Bastards. I'd be happy with a bag of oats and a field to run around in.
How did you end up with the Mystic Bastards in the first place?
Well, like I said, I didn't have much choice. Nobody would have taken me in at that point, except a hangman, maybe. I wasn't a vampire yet, so hanging didn't sound too appealing. The last job I did got my brother killed, and after that, my wife left with my daughter and I never saw him again. Can't say I blame her.
Sage.
I didn't have nobody. Ain't no surprise that a vampire gang would be the only people to take me in.
Aha, so that is how you turned.
Yes, sir. It wasn't pleasant. Not the candlelight and writhing body sort of affair you see in mortal vampire stories.
That is terrible, Samuel. The turning is never easy. How did they find you?
That job that got my brother killed, we partnered up with one of them Mystic Bastards for it. He knew where to find me.
And he knew you were vulnerable, and that you had no place to go.
I've thought about that. Were they setting me up all along? Maybe. But whether they were or not, I really didn't have any place to go.
And plot twist, the daughter survived until now, right? Watch her be one of the clients.
I know when them wanted dead or alive posters go up, folk find dead easier and more fun. People saw me as outlaw scum when I was a kid, and there was no way they were going to be kinder knowing I was in a gang.
You know this for a fact. You are certain that no one would have any pity on you at all? That your only recourse was to join your gang?
I guess I don't actually know that no one but the bastards would have taken me in. Sounds like a cognitive distortion, huh?
I think you see the patterns now. It may seem like pedantry, and perhaps it is, but pedantry is the search for ultimate truth.
Spoken like a true pedant.
It comes with being terrifyingly old. You discovered the cognitive distortion before I could point it out to you. It is a cognitive distortion similar to Nosferatu thinking, so let us put that particular distortion out of our minds for now.
Okay.
Yes, things were grim for you, but your experiences caused you to assume that there were none who would favor you with a kind eye. You were exhibiting the cognitive distortion of overgeneralization, the idea that no mortal could accept you.
Stop giving me words.
This clouded truth made you vulnerable to the mystic bastard's approach.
Damn. Maybe we went wrong, huh? I should have joined the Foreign Legion or something. Dang it, should statement.
Your mind is not a cognitive distortion shooting gallery, Samuel. Cut yourself some slack. All we seek is recognition of our distortions, not perfection and not punishment.
Won't this man just be taking our words right out of our brains? Literally.
Let us test your ability to recognize overgeneralization. Then I believe we will have covered enough for tonight. Allow me to begin. Elder vampires are insufferable. They all think they know everything.
Overgeneralization. How much time has passed in game? It's May 10th. Whoops. And we started on March 14th. So about 2 months-ish.
Wait, ain't you an elder vampire? You don't seem like much of a know-it-all.
That's right, Samuel. Though in all honesty, I used to be quite insufferable myself. I aspire to be more patient these days. Let me continue. It seems to me that being a werewolf is pretty rough.
That's bad, but should we call it a generalization?
Well, that's kind of an overgeneralization, ain't it? You don't really know what being a werewolf is like.
It was worth a shot.
I agree, but I only said that it seemed to me that being a werewolf was rough.
Okay.
Oh, well, that dog joke has got to be a distortion of some kind.
Agree.
No, it is just a bad joke. Vampires from Transylvania all have funny accents. I want to suck your blood. Who talks like this?
Overgeneralization.
That seems like an overgeneralization, Andy. I ain't sure any of them ever sounded like that. Pretty sure they all sound American these days anyway from watching bat flicks all the time.
Well, that seems like it's also an overgeneralization.
Correct, Samuel. I apologize for the offensive accent. It was employed only to prove a point. Well done, Samuel. Your ability to identify cognitive distortions continues to impress. But let us bring things back to you. I do not ask you to absolve yourself of the things you have done. You did not have the tools to be mindful of the thought patterns that made you vulnerable to the mystic bastards. I have seen mindfulness take root in you, though, Samuel. I hope this session has been helpful to you.
I'm so bad at this. Maybe I need more therapy. Maybe we all need more therapy. Maybe the real friends we made along the way was actually the fact that we need to go get therapy.
Yeah, I'm still sad. I'm still regretful about Princess. I think I'll always be. My not being mindful is what killed her. Every time I think about it, I just know I'm a terrible person who messes everything up. But I think the awareness helps.
It does. Then please tell me what cognitive distortion you just exemplified. Was it emotional reasoning, overgeneralization, or personalization?
I guess it was kind of all of them.
Masterful deduction, Samuel.
Okay, good.
Your sense of self-awareness is most impressive.
That was the true therapy. True gift, I mean. The treasure we found was therapy. Having a stroke.
Remember, cognitive distortions are not a cudgel to beat yourself with.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that. If we're spouting cognitive distortions all the time, ain't my clients gonna be mad at my constantly interrupting them?
You continue to impress. Yes, we cannot bully our clients with distortions. Thus, I find it is best to clear our minds and focus on a few during each session. Keeping endless distortions in mind is not easy for a therapist either, after all. I think we have done excellent work tonight, and I'm certain you've built up a thirst. I know this evening was emotionally intense. Ask Crimson for some scotch.
Drinking booze ain't exactly compatible with our biology, Andy.
By scotch, I mean Scottish blood. It's iron-rich and quite delicious. I age it in whiskey barrels.
That sounds pretty nice. I might just do that and call it an early night.
As you wish, Samuel. Rest well, and do not lasso yourself so tightly, as you say. You are deserving of love, especially from yourself.
Andy does aftercare. Doesn't he seem like the type? Of course he does.
I'm just
Look at him.
gonna leave before I get more embarrassed.
Zaddy.
Very well, Samuel. Rest in peace, my friend.
Need to get like a spray bottle button in here. So anytime chat's being thirsty, we can spritz them.
Samuel, greetings. You are seeing Dr. Drain again tonight, yes?
I had a feeling. Okay. Did he write anything else down? Ain't nothing to read. I had a great weekend. I really needed to get out in nature again. I saw a whole bunch of funny birds I never saw back home and just enjoyed staying out under the stars. When I did run into mortals, they didn't speak a lot of English, but they could definitely do the accent. I guess they think all Americans sound like me. I couldn't get too close to them though, so I had to live on local wildlife blood. I drank from a boar. Not bad, but could have done without the bristles. I'm back in Leipzig now. I just learned 3 more cognitive distortions, and I think I'm getting the hang of this thing. Make one, an emote. Yeah, I should make a spray bottle emote after we get out of stream today.
That's right. I'm keen to see how he's getting on. That fella's got himself wrapped up real tight.
Do not expect too much change too quickly. It takes a while for thoughts to internalize, even when we know the truth of them logically. It took me only 2,800 years or so to internalize what I needed.
I'll be in the disc if you want. Yeah, I can jump on Discord after stream today. Took me only 2,800 years or so to internalize what I needed.
I don't think the doc's gonna be too keen to wait that long.
I do not think he will have to. Unlike myself, he has you to guide him.
Oh gosh, I barely know what I'm doing, boss. I'm not sure I can keep track of all these new distortions I know about.
I do not expect you to. We humans are distortion machines, my friend. But let us ensure we address Dr. Drain's core distortion. You know what it is, don't you?
It's being an old grumpus. It's disqualifying the positive.
It's disqualifying the positive, ain't it?
Dr. Drain does indeed exhibit this cognitive distortion, as we all do. But there is a distortion that truly drives his decision-making. I think you can tell me what it is.
That he should be farther along with his research because of how old he is and how long he's been working on it.
That fella's a should statement machine, I'll tell you what.
That's right. We can be certain he will carry this distortion with him, but I would like you to pick the rest to keep in mind, Samuel. Up until this point, you have addressed client distortions in small clusters. But now that you are aware of more cognitive distortions, you will notice them everywhere.
Oh boy.
We must not use cognitive distortions as weapons to beat our clients with. So pick 4 more to keep in mind during your session.
But what do I do if I detect he's showing the distortions I'm putting aside?
You do not need to address all of them, my friend. You will not catch every distortion, and if you did, I believe your clients would find you irritating. I do not alert you to half of your cognitive distortions.
Oh.
We know that Dr. Drain will exhibit should statements. What else do you think he will come to this session with?
Oh, great. So we have to pick some now? Shit. Alright, so he's definitely gonna have should statements. I think he's gonna disqualify the positive a lot. I wish I could look at his client thing again. I don't know if he's gonna do much emotional reasoning. We haven't done overgeneralization yet, so let's take that one. He labels a lot? Yeah, we'll take labeling. What should we take for our 4th one? I think he does a lot of control fallacies, but I am open to taking different ones. We only need 1 more. Control fallacy or Nosferatu thinking. I noticed he was doing a lot of control fallacy when he was talking about other scientists, so let's take that one then, out of those 2.
I think I've got what I need now.
Very good, Samuel. I will leave you to it. Have confidence. It is well earned.
I guess I just gotta believe you. All right, Andy, I'll do my best.
I know you will. I will see you after your session.
I think I'm ready, and here comes the man himself.
But
Dr. Drain, good to see you again. Yes, well, I wish I could say the same. I have not had the most productive month.
Oh boy. Here we go.
Back on this productive wagon, huh? Last time we were talking about all them should statements.
Skull Pixie Wizard, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. Last time we were talking about all them should statements. Feeble Gleeble, Flim Flom Glip Glop. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, exactly. And what a waste of time that was. I took what we spoke about to heart, you know, like a fool.
Oh, it's Scully. Okay, the skull makes sense in the Skull Pixie Wizard name now. Hi, Scully. Thanks so much for stopping by.
But the should statements, as you so tritely put them, were the only thing holding me together.
Oh, no.
You ignored the addiction problem I came to you with. Nay, worse, you told me it was fine. And oh, how eager I was to test that theory.
Oh, that sounds like a personal problem, sir.
I have partaken of my awful plasma almost every night. I am more monster than man now.
Labeling.
Compadre, you are a labeling machine tonight. Let's slow down and see if we can talk through what's been happening.
Skull Wizard was taken and it took every fiber of my being not to start a riot. No, that's valid. Skull Wizard, that's yours. That's your thing. Just write to Twitch and be like, hey, I need this. This is supposed to be mine.
Let's start with this monster label. Last time you told me that this plasma of yours just made you let loose a little. That don't sound too monstrous to me. You forget, Sam. We are vampires. When we let loose, all the world suffers.
Does it?
Sounds to me like we could be having a fruitful conversation about moderation. I have a better idea. Seeing as you do not understand the gravity of the situation, I will make you understand.
Yeesh.
This is the plasma I've spoken of. Pure vampiric essence. I will show you how should statements are the remnants of our humanity. We should not be so quick to cast them away.
He's coming off a little strong today, isn't he? He's a little bit more uppity than usual. Show you how should statements are the remnants of our humanity? We should not be so quick to cast them away.
I agree with you that should statements are human, but that don't make them universal. That's the point I'm trying to make. There's lots of ways to live, Doc.
Is he gonna take the drugs while with us? He might. He brought them with him.
That is exactly the problem, Sam. We don't live. And this is the result most dire. Witness the wages of our sin. Now hold on a sec, Doc. I think we better...
Oh god, he's gonna do it, isn't he?
The time for caution is over. Goodbye, Sam.
Oh no! Drugs are good for the body and the undead soul.
What in hell?
Oh, hello. Actually. Wait a minute.
Does it feel good to be alive? And who are you, darling? I'm Sam. I'm your therapist, Doc. You know that.
It Jekyll and Hyde'd him.
My therapist. Oh, how wonderful. How absolutely pathetic. A vampire therapist. Oh, what a sad, pathetic waste you are, Dr. Drain. Allow me to introduce myself, then. I am Lord Lyritus, and unlike that sad sack of quivering shit you've been talking to, I am a vampire.
Okay.
I kill, I drink, I fuck, and I'm dead sexy.
Alright, we're gonna have to add this to the client notes. Comment on his lack of glasses.
Weren't you wearing glasses before? I don't need glasses. Reading is what people do when they can't find anyone to fuck, which is not a problem I face.
What?
Oh, you're missing out, fella. I got into reading after I died, and there's whole worlds to discover in books. Oh, you're so fucking boring. There's a whole world to discover up my arse as well.
Oh my god, he's so funny. Uh-oh. He's gonna be a problem.
Well, you don't have to be so crass. Yes, I see it in your eyes. You're afraid, aren't you, American? Your Puritan blood chills at the sight of me. Maybe I'll warm it up before I drain it from you and turn you into a husk with a stupid hat.
What's wrong with my hat?
I wouldn't try it. I'm not you, though, am I? And I am always hungry. I suggest you stay
Oh.
right where you are.
I am a man with a gun.
A vampire with a gun? Oh, how our kind have fallen. What are you going to do, cowboy? Kill me? Nope, but I can make sure the next few months ain't fun for you.
Do it, Sam. Do it. Get his ass.
Very kind of you to care about me, darling. It'll be our dear Dr. Drain who suffers. But I need the little worm for now, so I suppose I'll let you live.
Lord Lude, right?
Mighty kind of you. Now you just settle on down and we're gonna have a chat. Ugh, talking. We are animals. We are not meant for talking. But very well.
I can see why he stopped or didn't want to take the drugs, actually.
At least give me something to drink. I can rely on your piteous human blood to do me that kindness, yes? Alright, but I'm watching you, hombre.
Yeah, hombre.
Look all you like. The show is free. This is better than the swill I usually prefer. I'm more of a quantity over quality sort of creature. Yeah, I know your kind. I used to be a lot like you. And I suppose now you are just as repressed as the sad creature that exerts control over this luscious body of mine.
Welcome back. I don't know why it does that every once in a while.
I'm more free than I've ever been, but don't you worry about me. Let's talk about you. You're going to psychoanalyze me. I live according to my nature. You might as well interview a lion. Yeah, we'll see about that. I'm sure you are the way you are for a reason.
Drugs.
You're not wrong about that. You know the answer already. Dr. Drain needs me. I am what is missing in his own life.
I mean, yeah, probably. You're like his repressed everything. All of it. Everything.
I am his hidden strength. I am his true essence. He is nothing without me, which he already realizes.
That sounds like maybe disqualifying the positive.
You're forgetting something. A lot of who you are is because of Dr. Drain. You know that fella denies himself a lot, and you do all them things he refrains from.
Drugs. Drugs.
Besides, didn't he make that plasma you sprung from? Do you know? You're absolutely correct. Very well. I'll give the little twerp his credit. He did bring me into existence, and what a wonderful existence it is. Were you aware that vampires possess absolutely no gag reflex? I can prove it.
Now I need the spray bottle for the vampire.
I don't mess with my clients. But I'm not your client. That little rat man in tweed is. Of course he would deny himself the pleasure. You hear him talk about what he should do, but the sad creature cannot do those things. He should give in to me, and thanks to you, he has begun to.
Yes, I see. Even in this form, you are using should statements.
Come on now, you're really countering his shoulds with your shoulds? I think that proves there ain't no such thing as a should everyone agrees on. But my shoulds are so much more entertaining. His have only bred him hundreds of years of pathetic existence. Well, that don't make a damn bit of difference. I bet there are vampires a hell of a lot more depraved than you who think you should be doing things differently. Really? Oh, you must introduce me. If there are holes I don't know about, I should very much like to know where they are.
Sit down.
How old are you anyway? Dr. Drain's been summoning me for 14 years now.
Oh.
Oh, things are starting to make a lot more sense. You certainly sound like a 14-year-old.
Oh.
The transformation has already begun. I will subsume him. His body and his mind will belong to me completely, and Dr. Drain will cease to be.
That sounds like maybe control fallacy.
Yeah, you're awful confident about that. But I got bad news for you. You don't control Dr. Drain. He controls you.
Yeah, if he wasn't taking drugs, he wouldn't be here.
Oh, darling. The little doctor controls nothing at all, least of all himself. Make no mistake, he shall be mine.
No wonder he's a horny teen, right?
Oh yeah, and how do you know that? I I know the little wretch far better than you do. He hasn't changed in centuries. Was he in therapy then? No. Only in the modern age do we make do with such delusional exercises. So not everything he does is predictable. I don't think you got a good reason to be so confident.
Oh, get his ass, Sam.
Are you trying to fill my head with doubts? Do you even think that such a thing is possible? There is no such thing as doubt for beings such as we. We live or we die. That's all. And I will live. I notice a funny way you and Dr. Drain talk about each other, as though you're totally different people. You really think that's true?
Is this a Jekyll Hyde thing? Drug-based, but yes. Yeah.
Have you spoken with our pathetic little doctor? You know, he doesn't drink real blood. That's why he's so weak.
He's a vegetarian, vegan vampire?
Hold on, how's he even alive if he's not drinking blood? Oh, the little ball of shame didn't tell you. He's not even a vampire. He drinks that synthetic trash he produces instead of real blood. Seems to me you got a pretty dang narrow definition of what it means to be a vampire.
Good call, Elf.
Heck, I don't see you wearing a cape. You sure you ain't just a regular mortal?
Oh.
Don't be a fool. There is a minimum requirement for being a vampire, that's all. And Dr. Drain does not meet it. He's an embarrassment to our kind, and worse, an embarrassment to me. I wouldn't be surprised if he were a 400-year-old virgin. If it weren't for me, his cock would have shriveled up like a raisin. I think I'm gonna surprise you, Lord, whatever you're calling yourself, but I think you're right. Dr. Drain does need you. But like it or not, you need him too. How very bloody dare you? What possible use could I have for a little turd like him?
Is this labeling? Is calling him a little turd labeling?
And none at all,
Yeah.
unless you keep calling him names. You keep thinking of him as being a turd, and that's all he's gonna be.
Wise words from Sam.
I admit, Dr. Drain might have a thing or two to learn from you. But he ain't gonna learn as long as you keep antagonizing him. Oh, come now. The little worm likes it. He is far better at hating Dr. Drain than I am, and I find him entirely loathsome. Then you ain't giving him room to grow. How would you feel if someone just called you an animal?
I think you'd like it, actually.
I am an animal.
Yeah.
Pure and perfect. I don't care what anyone thinks of me. Vampires ain't animals, not even the worst of us. The moment we learned to talk and reason, living like beasts was out the window. What a strange creature you are. You dress like a buffoon, but speak like a philosopher.
This is the way.
The buffoon is the more admirable of the two. At least he's honest. You and Dr. Drain lie and lie and lie to justify your existence. It's ridiculous to suggest that I need him. What could I possibly need him for?
Balance.
When I tire, I sleep. When I lust, I fuck. When I thirst, I kill. As it should be.
Should statement.
There it is again, that simple thinking and them shoulds that are only yours. Come the hell on. You think we vampires should just go on autopilot? Fuck, sleep, kill, repeat? Well, naturally, we should ensure that those things are fun. Otherwise, what's the point in doing them? That's it right there. I agree with you entirely. About time, I'll remove my clothing then. Or perhaps I'll remove yours.
Down, boy.
Not so fast. You're missing the point. If we're doing these things because they're fun, well, everybody's got their own idea of fun. That's our human experience at work. Like me, for instance. I'm more of a high intimacy kind of lover. Oh, boff. You managed to make even delightful things seem so heinous. I'm only speaking the truth. What makes you so damn sure you know what being a vampire is anyway? Why do you think you've got it all figured out? Lie to yourself all you like, darling. We're all alike. I know what you crave.
Overgeneralization.
There's loads of us vampires out there.
Get the spray.
All with different
Real.
experiences. You really think we're all the same? We are animals, darling. Like all depraved animals, we exist to ensure we continue to exist. If we do not, we embrace oblivion. Well, that's a heck of a jump. We ain't powerless against our baser instincts, far from it. We can be better people. We can live in harmony with others. It is utterly pointless to fight our natures.
Yeesh.
Oh, that poor mortal had a family. Who gives a damn?
I'm thirsty. That poor mortal must consume in order to live, and so must I.
Gremlin energy on this one.
He simply pretends not to enjoy it. I don't need to do any such thing. I love to kill. I love the taste of blood. Why would I love it if it weren't the only way to live?
Point is, you're gonna get real fucking bored if you don't find a reason to do what you're doing.
Get him, Sam. Get him.
Do you think I need a purpose? That's a mortal concern. I don't need a fucking legacy. I need blood. The only thing I should do is what I was made to do.
Oh, should.
You're just as bad as Dr. Drain with all them should statements. He keeps talking about what he shouldn't do, and you keep talking about what you should do. You both act so damn sure of yourselves. You're so damn sure blood is all you need.
Did I forget to mention all the fucking?
No, but hombre, you live forever. Food and sex is enough for animals. They got short lives. They get threatened and they die real quick. I know a lot of vampires who live like animals, and every single one of them is lost. Like 'em or not, Dr. Drain is your reason for living. Hell, if he didn't make this plasma stuff, you'd still be buried deep somewhere in his head.
Fuck you.
Oh.
Dr. Drain is a pathetic little liar, and I will destroy him. That's what he wants. Then I'll come for you.
If you're gonna kill me, you better be a quicker draw than I am.
Yes, Sam.
You wanna try your luck, compadre?
No need. I do thirst, though, and I smell something downstairs. I smell mortals and virgins. Oh, how delicious. You've been holding out on me, cowboy.
You can drink what's in that bottle till Dr. Drain comes back. I ain't letting the likes of you near them people.
At least you're aware enough to know that I am a ravenous beast. And beast that I am, I must kill.
Sam, bop his ass on the head.
You will do no such thing to my mortals. Restrain yourself.
Oh, now who is this beautiful morsel?
I am far older than any blood you have ever tasted, whelp. Do not dare to think you can overpower me.
Don't threaten me with a good time, Daddy.
You two both need spray bottles.
I will keep this poor animal contained, Samuel. You did excellent work in handling him. Deserve some rest. I will meet with you later.
If you're sure.
Do not worry. I have no need to hurt.
Well, now I'm just disappointed.
All right, Andy. I'll talk to you later. And Lord Lurid, or whatever your name is, think about what we talked about, huh? Dr. Drain's got something you need.
Oh, Vom, get out of here already.
Not you two.
Now kiss. Had a flawless client session and survived Lord Luridus' session. Nice.
Tornation. Barely walked out of that one alive. And I thought therapy was just talking.
Sometimes it's shooting. Alright. No, go. No, this book is not the easiest to control, actually. Okay. Dr. Drain transformed into Lord Luridus during our session today. That dude has got some issues. Luridus hates Dr. Drain, and Drain hates him. Luridus loves what Drain rejects, blood and sex. Luridus believes in acting like our animal selves without apology. Where Drain is scientific, Luridus is unscientific. Luridus is extremely confident. I gotta talk to Dr. Drain about where this Lord Luridus comes from, and see if I can't get these two fellas speaking the same language. Let's see, did he write anything else down in here? Nope. Okay.
I could use a drink.
No, I bet.
If it isn't the Lone Ranger.
Hey, Crimson.
You look a little down, cowboy. Have a shot.
I don't mind if I do.
Rough one tonight.
Well, you could say that. My client went a little feral. Tried to attack me.
That ain't good. I hope you booted their ass out.
Well, here's the thing. He wasn't himself. The fella, he can't stand being a vampire, so the vampire comes out in nasty ways.
I want to know V-Daddy's thoughts on this guy.
Don't put yourself into too much danger, cowboy. Cleaning up a pile of ashes isn't my idea of a good night. So what? He just went and turned into a monster?
More or less. Went from a restrained fella to a hedonist beast.
How do you think you handled it?
Pretty well.
I think I did all right. I learned a whole bunch of cognitive distortions now, so I was still able to challenge the beast. Well, the way I figure it, he's still desperate for help, even if he doesn't act like it.
I can see why Andy likes you. A heart's still beating in there.
Duh.
I'm a creature of the night, too. I just want to help my kin.
People like talking to you, cowboy. They can't help sharing their lives with you. Whatever it is about you, folks are always going to prefer talking to you over killing you.
I surely do hope you're right.
You know my big secret already. I wouldn't have told it to you if I didn't believe in you.
Well, that's mighty kind of you, Crimson. I'm humble.
Quit it with the aw shucks stuff. Now you're just trying to be cute.
Or maybe he just is adorable. Maybe that's just who he is as a person.
And making success visit.
Oh, look who's back.
Oh, hey, it's my little buddies. How's it going, kids?
Bad.
I'm sorry to hear that, Maxie. What's going on?
Make some room, Kinder. I've got customers to serve. Go talk in the kink room.
Would you like to chat in the kink room, Maxie?
I would like that very much.
So what's going on, Maxie?
My boss yelled at me today and made me sad.
Oh.
Well, what happened?
Someone injected a malicious SQL query into our API and used it to execute code. We did not have our queries parameterized, so they were able to drop the user table entirely. I warned the backend developers that this would happen, but I got all of the blame.
That sounds like a real mess, Maxie. Reminds me of the time I forgot to lock the gate on a cattle drive. By morning, every last cow was gone, just like your, user table thing.
I almost missed it. Forgot today was Thursday. Ah, that's okay. Sometimes the time gets away from us.
Maybe your boss was hopping mad, but I bet next time they'll listen to you.
Thank you so much for stopping by anyway. I appreciate it.
Am I the only one who is now aroused?
Down, Reinhard.
No, Reinhardt, I am also aroused.
Down, Maxie.
Okay, get on over here and pass me some neck.
Pass me some neck. Oh man. Chomp.
I feel as though all my worries have been sucked away.
I am well acquainted with this feeling, Hazi.
And you will be once more.
I think that's my cue to get to my coffin.
You scared the American away, Maxie.
I suppose I am a very bad girl.
Oh my goodness, these two.
All right, I'm out. Bedtime for Sam. I'll see you kids later.
Samuel, greetings.
Oh, hey, Andy.
What is wrong, my friend? You don't seem your chipper American self.
I guess I ain't too happy to be seeing tonight's client. I'm still feeling the tongue lashing she gave me last time.
Oh boy.
Ah, yes, the Senora d'Este. She certainly has a way with words.
It ain't that. It's just this sense I get. Like she thinks I can be a certain way just because she tells me to.
Aha. At least that makes her core distortion clear, doesn't it? You know what it is, of course.
She's got control fallacies out the wazoo.
That lady's got control fallacies out the wazoo, and they've given her centuries of stress.
I do not know this term, wazoo, but you are correct. The woman who chooses immortality so that she can ensure her family makes the correct decisions probably has some control issues.
Maybe just a little bit.
And taking out her stress on me.
Do not take her criticisms too much to heart, my friend. You are simply a convenient target, an element within her control.
That still don't make it much fun.
I will not deny that Senora d'Este is a confrontational client, but take her presence as a gift, however you can. A woman so powerful in her time has much to teach us. You have all the tools you need at your disposal to help her. Consider your approach.
Oh boy. I think we'll do Isabella and then we'll call it, but so Isabella overgeneralizes a lot. We already know she has a lot of control fallacy issues. I think she labels a lot. I feel like she does a lot of should statements. And last time she was disqualifying the positive that she did, so we'll pick that one too. All right. So we're going to go with control fallacies locked in because she's real, that's at her core of her being. We're going to go with overgeneralization, labeling should statements, and disqualifying the positive.
All right, I think I'm ready.
I will leave you to meditate then. Be well, Samuel, and let this 3,000-year-old tell you, you are a fantastic therapist.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, gosh. You're gonna make me blush. Get on out of here, boss. I can handle this.
I know you can.
Now I think I'm ready. And here she comes. A deep breath.
You got this, Sam. But
Now,
he makes me
senora,
blush.
Nice
Aw.
to see you again.
Liar. You are as pleased to see me as I am to see you, therapist.
Oh my god, she just got here and she's already disgusted.
We're gonna get straight into it, huh? All right, lay it on me. Why ain't you happy to see me?
Because you are a worm.
Wow.
Now, I've been called a lot worse. You're gonna need to be more specific than that, senora.
You are a worm because of the way you wriggled into my mind the last time we spoke, leaving behind loathsome doubts. The only reason I am here is to confront you for your beastly behavior.
Oh, okay.
I come to you in crisis, and you suggest that I am the cause of my own woe. Aren't you supposed to help me?
Senora, you came in here telling me that Art is dead. How am I supposed to help you with that?
I don't know. But telling me that my existence has been a complete waste of time is not comforting.
The therapy is working, you rude hag.
I definitely don't remember saying that, senora. What I said is that you ain't gonna change the world for anyone. But that doesn't mean your work wasn't worth anything. That's what I call Nosferatu thinking. Remember what we talked about? There's always gonna be people who want space wars, and there's always gonna be people who want Michelangelo.
Michelangelo? Who is Michelangelo?
This girl doesn't know what Italians are. She doesn't know what Michelangelo is.
The guy what painted the Sistine Chapel. Michelangelo.
Michelangelo did no such thing. Perhaps you are thinking of a man from New Jersey, or a turtle. It is Michelangelo.
Oh, I'm sorry. Our American way of pronouncing things is wrong.
Senora, you want to talk about wasting time? What's using me as a punching bag doing for you?
Very well. I will speak plainly. I am angry with you, Mr. Walls.
Of course you are.
Yes, perhaps not all I did was a waste of time, effort, and pain, but to think that much of it was. This is most horrifying.
I feel like maybe she's overgeneralizing. Or disqualifying the positive. Let's try disqualifying the positive. Nope.
Listen carefully, Samuel. It is not only truth that harms the senora, but also the way she perceives truth.
So
yes, perhaps not all I did
overgeneralizing?
was...
Listen
No!
carefully, Samuel. It is not
She's
only
so
truth
difficult.
that harms the senora, but also the way she perceives truth.
Yes, perhaps not all I did was a waste of time, effort, and pain, but to think that much of it was. This is most horrifying.
Not all I did was a waste of time, effort, and pain. But to think that much of it was is most horrifying. What the
Listen
shit?
carefully, Samuel. It is not only truth that harms the senora, but also the way she perceives truth.
Yes.
Maybe it'd help
Labeling,
if we
I
looked
guess?
at
It
that
didn't
word
seem
we
like
used.
labeling.
A waste of time, effort, and pain. Even if you didn't achieve your goals in them efforts, you can't just say they were a waste of time. Now, if you were sitting in bed for 400 years watching bad TV, then I might agree with you.
Sam, let a woman have her hobbies.
A disgusting notion. I am already dead. I do not need my mind to actively decompose by watching Batflix's latest trash.
So maybe let's reserve waste of time for trash, huh? I can see why it'd be upsetting to see something you put a lot of effort into not work out.
It is more than upsetting. It is devastating. I did not just fail to bring the understanding of true beauty into the world, I failed to bring it to my own familia. I watched them die, Mr. Walls. It was not the physical death that caused me the greatest pain, but the spiritual death. They had no care for the Gonzaga name nor the Deste name. Despite my sacrifice and all my efforts, they pieced away my legacy.
Yeesh.
Ooh boy, sounds like there's a lot to unpack here.
It is a dark and painful story, Mr. Walls. A story where my greatest joy turns to ash, and I was powerless to stop it. When last we met, did I tell you about my son?
No.
No, I don't think so.
Federico. Ah, my dear Federico. My little clown, my delicate artist, my beautiful boy.
Alright, well, that's definitely a lot of labeling.
I suffered for him, Mr. Walls. I put up with my husband, Frankie, and all his brutishness, all his licentiousness. All for Federico. I raised him to be intelligent and clever, to understand the gentle arts and philosophy. I raised him to be a deste. But for all my efforts, I could not cool his Gonzaga blood, and it persisted for a century, to the ruin of our house.
Again, this could be control fallacy or disqualifying the positive. It sounds like she's mad she couldn't control him.
I hate to break it to you, senor, but every kid's got two parents, whether they know them or not. And kids have got minds of their own.
I refuse to believe that we are trapped by our blood. What was my destiny as a girl? Men of my time said it was to be servile and docile, a political pawn.
And I am sure she has taken exception to that.
What saved me from that fate? Knowledge, study, an appreciation of art, music, history, and literature. In the same way, I should have been able to save my son.
Well, this is an easy one. This is a should statement.
Why do you think you should have been able to save your son?
I was his mother. If I did not save him, who could?
I'm not saying someone else could. I'm saying that responsibility to save your son, that you should save him, doesn't line up with the truth. It ain't some kind of destiny for one person to save another.
Clearly, it was not my destiny to save my son.
Deep.
But my failure did not end with my darling Federico. I was only 153 when the once great Gonzaga house surrendered all its honor to the hated Spanish.
Oh boy.
I stood by, useless as a statue, as the Gonzaga name burned in the war of the Mantuan succession.
The hated Spanish.
The hated Spanish? You say that like everyone hates the Spanish.
Must I mince words with my therapist? Naturally, I do not include the Spanish among those who hate the Spanish.
What?
I don't hate the Spanish. I've known plenty of fine Spaniards.
I doubt you know much about fine company, but your pedantic point stands. Not all hate the Spanish. Very well. From now on, I shall say the Spanish, who are hated by myself and sensible persons.
Ma'am, that's racist.
Oh, we can talk more about the Spanish later. So wait, there's a whole ass war going on and you're supposed to stop it? How's that work?
I gave up my humanity to guide my familia through the ages. If I could not do that, what was the point of becoming undead?
Jeesh.
Senor, being a vampire gives us a lot of powers, but it doesn't give us the power to control a single human being, let alone a whole dynasty of them.
She's over here trying to control her entire family line.
When the heck have we ever listened to our betters? I ain't no historian, but I know enough to know people are liable to making the same mistakes over and over again. Humans have got that whole pesky free will thing that makes them do dumb things.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps you are correct. I understand what you are trying to do, Mr. Walls.
What am I trying to do, Senora?
You are trying to tell me that I've been living a lie for more than 400 years.
No.
I ain't doing anything like that, Senora.
Do not fret, peasant. We are in agreement. I have been living a lie. We all have. As I told you last time, I know my own foolishness. But time has not made my mortal concerns fade. In my mind, I know that virtue, love, Chastity, wisdom, honor, these kinds of words were created by men to make us supplicant. But, fool that I am, I still love the idea of virtue. I have loved it ever since I was a child.
Labeling herself a fool.
It ain't foolish to have ideals, Senora. Wanting to better ourselves is maybe the thing that makes us human.
Perhaps. But whose better do we strive toward? That I follow the better of old perverts is what makes me foolish.
Senora, people have been following the ideals of old perverts for thousands of years. Why are you a fool?
Do not mistake, Mr. Walls. We are all fools.
Oh, well, that's better then.
Yeah.
Mind your tone. I will tolerate a fool, but not an impertinent one. As I was saying, my folly was to fall in love with these ideals as a child. I used to love all the tales of Roman mythology. I saw myself in all the goddesses. I saw my strength and chastity in Diana. In Minerva, my wisdom. In Venus, I saw my timeless beauty and romantic nature.
Romantic nature?
Romantic nature? What a wretched parrot I hear. Do not look at me so. Yes, I was a romantic. Until reality came crashing down upon me.
She called him a wretched parrot.
Look at this painting I had commissioned.
What am I looking at? I don't know much about art.
The figures standing upon the arch are Venus and Mars. Mars is portrayed by my idiot husband, Frankie. Beside him, I stand as Venus.
Oh, I'm not sure where I'm supposed to be looking.
You may appreciate my beauty, peasant, but do not let your eyes linger upon my once supple body overlong. This is art, not pornography.
Tone, Isabella.
But look closer and you will see that even this art is a lie. This is the dream of a foolish girl, to be enjoined in pure romantic love with a handsome warrior. I believed so hard, Mr. Walls, that I thought I could make it true. But this handsome man is not Frankie. This is Frankie. He is not Mars, but Vulcan.
Well, he's got some abs. I'll give him that.
Yes, I did not shy from truth. But see how love's aim goes amiss and strikes his gangrenous penis rather than his heart.
Jesus Christ.
See the grapes behind him, for the drunkard is never far from his true love. See how he flails helplessly, as if begging a true warrior to put a sword in his belly.
I'm sensing we've got some work to do around your husband.
About to get a strike on my goddamn Twitch channel over that, ain't I?
Whatever gave you that impression? The man was created solely to crush my view of the world and my place in it. Naturally, I might have some issues around him. I now believe that Frankie was the truest man I ever met. That is what broke my heart. I maintained the illusion that he was my Mars because that is what I needed. I was not ready to face the truth. Oh, but I knew. Even as a 15-year-old girl, I knew. But I could not accept that I was married to the legendary penetrator of Mantua. Is it any wonder that I prefer the lie of virtue? Is it any wonder that I still prefer to believe it? The problem is men. You are all weak animals who would give up your dignity for an evening in the company of Lucrezia Borgia.
Overgeneralization.
Hold your horses there, Senora. I don't even know who the heck Lucretia Borgia is.
She is the inventor of twerking. All men flock to her, as I'm sure you would. They say she was blonde, but she looked like a redhead to me. You know what they say about redheads. Kissed by Lucifer.
Jeez.
Dang, Senora. Your overgeneralizations are building up and making you see whole groups of folks as awful. Now, I know you got your reasons for feeling the way that you do, real personal ones, but recognize where your experience is making you narrow your thinking. I mean, Senora, I'll be straight with you, as you're a tough lady. Here's where I think it's coming from.
You're comparing people to gods.
You're comparing people to gods, including yourself, and everyone's failing that test. Frankie weren't never gonna be Mars. You weren't never gonna be Venus. You weren't born out of no shell.
And you will never be anything but a peasant.
Calm down, ma'am.
Heck, Senora, I'll be as surprised as anyone if I get invited to a high society dinner. I can tell I'm hitting a sore spot, but maybe that means that's what we've got to focus on.
Or she angry?
I do not like you, Sam Walls. But you are correct. But I say, why should we not aim to be like the gods? Humanity is not worth preserving when we are such petty creatures.
Should statement? No, it's
The
labeling
Senora
then.
has a rather dim view of humanity in all its
But I say, why should we not aim...
The
What?
Senora has a rather dim view of humanity in all its imperfections.
Okay, so she's overgeneralizing humanity.
But I say, why should we not aim to be like the gods? Humanity is not worth preserving when we are such petty creatures.
What?
The Senora has a rather dim view of humanity in all its imperfection.
Then is she disqualifying all the
why should we
positives
not
that
aim to
humanity
be
has
like
done?
Wait just a
Okay.
minute there, Senora. Humanity ain't worth preserving? I say you're wrong. Damn wrong. Look at yourself. Look at what you've created. Ain't no goddess has ever done what you've done. You brought some of the finest art ever produced into existence. You ran your own city, which is something I'm pretty sure Venus never did.
I suppose that is true. Our mortal concerns seem so pedestrian, though.
Senora, humanity is all we've got. Even if we're immortal, every word we're speaking is a result of our humanity. Yeah, we make a lot of mistakes, and some of us sound like peasants, but all that messiness is worth something. It makes us who we are. Senora, I don't think you're a goddess. I think you're way more interesting and impressive, because you're real.
Well,
Doesn't know what to say to that.
you have great wisdom for a peasant, Sam. And your kerchief is a fetching shade of red that matches your eyes.
Aw. She did manage to say something nice.
Well, thanks, Senora. Let's focus on you, though. What happens if you're not that perfect goddess?
I suppose I have always felt that if I could not live to my ideals, I would be left with nothing. I would be discarded like Frankie's mistresses and die of some sex disease. Oh, Mr. Walls, I know you speak the truth. I wielded great strength in an age where women were not respected. But I alone feel the weight of my family's collapse, so I feel responsible for it. But I was the only person capable of preserving my family, Sam. That is what makes my failure so poignant.
Senora, what if you weren't the only person capable of preserving your family?
What if indeed?
What if no one person was?
I don't know. I never considered such a thing.
Well, try to consider it now. What if you accepted that whatever was going to happen to your family was going to happen?
You sound like a Calvinist.
Never mind with the labeling for now. How would you feel if you knew nobody can control what happened to the Gonzaga house?
She'd probably feel a great deal of anxiety.
I think
Really?
I would feel relieved.
That's a nice step in the correct direction.
Senora, whatever happened to your family, fault never belonged to you. You were the one who named yourself responsible. No one else did. Look at who you are. And I think you can be damned impressed at who that lady is.
Damn you.
We made her cry.
Too late, Senora. Look, let's wrap up tonight, huh? I think you did great. You probably got some stuff to think about.
Yes. Thank you, Sam. I will see you in a month.
Of course, Senora. I'm looking forward to it.
Goodbye, Sam.
Samuel, it appears you have an admirer.
We did
Oh,
good.
shucks.
I think Isabella d'Este has liked fewer than 5 people in her hundreds of years of existence.
Okay.
And you are one of them. Remember, though, that romantic entanglements between a therapist and client are absolutely forbidden, in case you are tempted.
I don't think we have to worry about that.
Come on now, Andy. I ain't gonna do anything like that.
Of course, should the mind wander into fantasy, that is entirely acceptable.
Oh, you're just messing with me now.
I could not help it. It's rather cute. The First Lady of the Renaissance and humble cowboy Samuel Walls. Quite a picture, isn't it?
Because the art made us fantasies.
Okay, that's it. I'm getting a drink.
I'm sorry, Samuel. Please, drink. Ask Crimson for the Royal Virgin. It's my very best. I think you deserve it.
The Royal Virgin.
Yeah, whatever. You have a good night, Andy.
Sam is done with your shit.
Rest in peace, Samuel.
And I thought I had family problems. I need me a Crimson special after that one. Howdy, Crimson. Think you could fashion me up one of them blood cocktails?
I reckon so. Got a lot on your mind tonight, cowboy.
Yeah, just thinking about family stuff. I got this client who's got some real tough family issues to go through, and it got me thinking about my own. Or my lack of family, at least.
You got any family left?
I've got a great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-granddaughter kicking around, apparently, but she's got no connection to this old cowpoke. Not sure what she'd say if a man dressed like a cowboy introduced himself as her vampire relative from the 1800s.
Probably wouldn't go too well.
I see your point. Sounds like you don't have many family problems then.
I reckon so. Family means a lot to my client, though. I hope my perspective's still useful.
How do you think she's handling her therapy so far?
She's doing pretty well.
I think she's doing pretty well, honestly. She spent a long time judging herself by her family's achievements, but I think she's starting to recognize the fruitlessness in that.
Yeah, not having any family can definitely absolutely be its own burden. That is for sure.
Seems like you don't need her family to be able to give her some hope.
Hi, Lord T-Rex. Thanks so much for stopping by.
I suppose not. Rich family problems were never going to be my specialty anyway.
Yeah, relatable.
You got family back home, Crimson?
Yeah, I've got some family. We don't talk too much. I went a little wild after I got my diagnosis. They're not too fond of my lifestyle choices, but hey, at least I'm alive. And I get to hear them gossiping about how I don't age.
Ooh.
Well, you chose a good age to stop getting older. I often wish I weren't such a dusty old corpse, but death comes when it comes.
Sometimes he's still waiting for me to give him an opening.
Death always is. Pardon me for asking, but is there a reason you're choosing not to be a vampire?
There is, but I'm not talking about it tonight.
Fair
a
enough.
little mystery makes life a bit spicier, don't you think, cowboy?
I do want to know, though.
Oh, I wasn't trying to pry or nothing.
Bullshit.
Ooh.
I know you're curious. Here, consolation prize.
That's cute.
But what is it?
Black Widow. Black stuff's just food coloring. Figured you were in the mood for a scary lady tonight.
Ooh. Scary lady.
Thank you kindly, ma'am. Think I'll take this to my coffin for a quiet night.
You do that, honey. And don't spill in Andy's coffin. He'll act like he's not mad, but you know he's mad.
Why should I be upset? What has happened has happened.
Not bad, cowboy. Get the hell out of here.
Okay, I'm going. See you later, Crimson. There we are. Gotta get me one of these fancy coffins for back home.
No doubt.
Now, let's see. What am I in the mood for? I think I'm either gonna find a passage from Little Women that suits me, or I'm gonna watch Shemp get smacked in the head with a hot iron.
Let's do
Or
some...
I'm going to bed.
Or I'm going to bed. Let's read from Little Women.
I can always turn to the Alcuts in my times of doubt. Somehow they got above it all and started exploring humanity. Now, where was that line? All right, here in chapter 8. I am angry nearly every day of my life, Joe, but I have learned not to show it. And I still hope to learn not to feel it, though it may take me another 40 years to do so. Yeah, that sounds like the Senora. Hope she doesn't have to wait too much longer, and that I'm not making it worse.
I think he's doing good work with her.
Well, that's enough fun for one day. Good night, son. See you in hell.
Samuel, greetings. I believe you are seeing our actor friend tonight, are you not?
Okay, I think that's a good place to wrap it up before we start dealing with the actor friend again, and we can save the actor friend for next week. So thank you so much, everybody, for stopping by. I super appreciate it. Thank you, Skull Pixie Wizard, for the follow. I appreciate that too. And I will see you guys same time, same place next week. Thank you. Bye.